Alrighty. Do a bit of a selfie video, I guess. Hiking in, currently got the big pack on. Hiking, I was going to do this all with the GoPro and do a vlog, but then I put my pack on and it's pretty bloody heavy. So I was like, yeah, I can't be fucked. Taking it back off, but currently walking into my camping spot. But the goal for this trip is hopefully a big buck. Now I've got plenty of meat in the freezer. Well, I've got a good amount of meat in the freezer, but my dad is down here next week for a full week hunting. So, well, I've got a couple of days spare. I thought I was going to hike in, test out the new pack. I haven't used this pack yet for this. I think there's something there. Test it out, see how it goes. I've used the Kuyu 2400. I like the Kuyu pack systems. They're pretty pricey. I've never bought them full price. I only ever buy them half price. So don't ever buy any camo full price. It will always be half price. Eventually during the year, they will always do sales. Never buy it full price. So I've got this pack. I've used a couple of different brands before. This one feels really good. I've got it loaded up. Pretty heavy. I've got about 4 or 5 litres of water, a tent, 2-person tent, mattress, sleeping bag, blow up pillow, food for a couple of days. Actually, I brought food for 2 days, and I'm hoping if I get a deer, I might take the back straps off it and tenderloins and cook them whilst at camp. Means I've only got to take out a couple packs of food then. But I'm about 3 k's from my car, over some pretty hectic terrain. Nothing we can't manage. It'll be probably pack the meat out, and then come back and get the tent. Do that sort of, just drop on my load, drop everything off that I can, come back and get the load. But yeah, hopefully get a few snaps and get a few photos and videos and make a bit of an Instagram story video type deal. So when I'm doing treks into the forest, if I can, I'll stick to fly trails as much as I can till I start cutting across the country, because some of that shit down there is pretty hectic. Now when doing that, there's always the chance that you're going to spook game, but I'm walking in. I had breakfast with the missus, hung out with the dogs for a bit, and then packing in. So like it's 10 o'clock, you know, I'm only going to spook bedded in animals, and I'm probably going to spook anyway walking in across country, so it's not massive drama. So that hill right there is the last hill I've got to trek over. So eventually I'm going to have to ditch the fire trail and push up over that hill. Now that's not ideal with a big pack on like this, but sort of is what it is, eh? If you want to get to your hunting spot. The problem is, and why it hurts so much to do this, is I used to be able to park 500 metres away from this hunting spot, walk down a big gully, and then I was there ready to go. But because of road closures in our state forest at the moment, in this particular one, I've got to hike in, which is very much it is what it is situation, but it was a lot better when I could just drive to it. That's a mad little camp spot. Someone else found this spot before me. This is cool, man. I've never walked this way before, because I've never had to. Very cool. But yeah, there's some pigs down in that. Look at all that nice grass. Look at deer down there too, actually grazing on that. Mad little spot, dude. This shit here is why I ruck at least once or twice a week if I'm not hunting. Probably can't see shit, but I'm getting a good sweat going. She's steep, we're only 800, maybe a K away from camp. Getting good sweat going. Hell yeah. That's a very good sign. Very good sign indeed. Although not what I'm after. Sweating out of my ringhole. I look up and here's these 2 goats right in front of me. Oh, that way it is. That's a good sign, but. Alrighty. pretty close to the campground now, where I want to camp. Hopefully no one else is here and I didn't just walk 3k's over a bunch of mountains to get here. A bit windy, but that's alright. It's not too bad. Feeling very optimistic. Already seen goat. There's plenty of deer scat. I'm actually on a game trail right now, but I'm not in the position to hunt, so not too worried about making a noise on the way down here, but almost there. Alright, so hopefully you can hear me. You probably can't, and I'm wasting my time. It's goat. Hopefully I'm not wasting my time here doing this. I should have brought my microphone. I didn't know I was going to do this. But right now, I'm in fallow deer heaven. My camp is just over this little creek bed here. Oh shit, sorry. It's just over this creek bed here. I've got fresh drinking water. Now I might be here for a couple of days. I have enough food for 2. If I get a deer, I'll stay here. I've got GPS so I can let my missus know what I'm doing. The interesting thing is, I used to hunt this area a lot, so I feel like I know it pretty well. Know it like near the back of my hand. It is pretty dry here. It's pretty dead. They must have had a few big frosts. So that's quite interesting. Lots of scat around. Bit of pig ripping. I've already seen goats up on a hill, not too far away. Feeling good. Feeling good. That's camp. That's camp sorted. So now, it's only 12:15, and the funny thing is, even though I've trekked 3k's in to get here, where I actually want to hunt is about 2k's over the hill, and because of the wind, I'm going to follow this gully system down, finish up here at camp of a night time. Now, this is obviously a well-used spot. It's got wood here already, which is super handy, but I will get a bit more wood before heading out and get all this set up. So when I get here of a night time, I'm pretty well sweet. It's just to kick back, relax, and do whatever I want to do. So I'm gonna have a coffee and a little bit of lunch, and then it's a bit cold now that I've stopped walking. Coffee, a little bit of lunch. My lunch when I'm out hunting is a protein bar and some jerky. I don't have much. That and a cup of coffee will do me well. And then tonight when I get home means I can have a big feast. Oh, I mean like home, as in back to the tent. Can have a big feast, but that's the plan. I do run a fire, like I just said, firewood. I think you got to have a fire if you're out camping, don't you? You got to, I believe, but you know, I'll be in bed by 9 o'clock, probably in the tent, reading a book or something like that by 9 o'clock. So it's probably about 6-7 hours before that smoke would affect any deer. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Have some lunch and then trek out for the Savo. That's real professional, isn't it? 3 o'clock too, so pretty early in the afternoon. Probably got about 2 hours. Oh, pardon me. About 2 hours of hunting light left. I end up letting that young spike walk because I want a buck. It's my thinking here. I want a buck. But if I see a nice hind with a nice red coat, something worth getting tanned up, I might take her also for a bit of backstrap, meet a campsite. Yeah, I might end up taking a girl. I can hang her up near the tree, near camp. Get a bit of fresh meat, get a bit of meat into me. Would be good. It is so cold, even if it's just the packing out of the meat or carrying it back to camp helps keep me warm. It is freezing. I'm in a super cool area here. Everywhere up this creek, there's big rippings. Fallow deer scat. Everywhere I look. I'm actually surprised I haven't stumbled into one. It's pretty crispy and it's very quiet. There is no wind at all. It's pretty hard yards. What my plan is now is somewhere up here. The wind shifted on me and it was blowing in my face the whole way up. And there must be a little bit of a pocket there and it started pushing up the creek. So it's no point walking any further up that creek. Everything probably knows I'm there. So I'm going to head down. I walked up and around, so this should still be pretty good to walk. I'll walk back here and then go out onto that point where I seen the spiker, because there's a lot of big deer scat in and around that area. So there might be a few big boys bunkered up on that hill. So that's what we're going to do. It's 4 o'clock, so I've only got about an hour left of flight. We'll see how we go. We'll see if we can make a play on something in the Savo. Alrighty, these are what these steam bags look like. On track meals, flameless heater. You just add water to it. There's a heating element in it. I've got bolognese and some udon noodles in there. Heating away. Fire finally going. Hell yeah. It's funny, now that I'm sitting around the fireplace, belly full, just had a hot chocky, bit of Milo. All I can think of is, did you do the right thing letting the yearling walk? Now, that's some of the best meat you can have in Australia. A yearling fallow deer. Absolutely fantastic eating. And now I'm sitting here with nothing. And you sort of think, oh, well, you had an idea if you wanted a buck. But I don't really hunt for trophies. I couldn't care less. Like really, I could not care less about trophies. I've let bucks walk, decent bucks walk, for the chance of getting a spike. Like, I remember seeing one of the biggest bucks I've ever seen. It was a big fellow that was in the way. He was sort of in between me and a spiker, and I sort of had the opportunity. I was like, well, the wind was blowing on him. I was surprised neither of them knew I was there, so I ended up just taking the spiker because it's like I don't want to risk not getting any meat to get the antler. So when you're sitting here around the fire and you're thinking, shit, you know, like if tomorrow morning doesn't pan out and You don't get a chance of anything what you'd take to have that opportunity of sitting there watching a yearling fallow for half an hour, crosshairs on it multiple times. I thought about it multiple times, like, oh, could hang it up, let it sit overnight, and it would be perfect for brekkie. Could have cooked something up and then hiked out of here, not worried about hunting. And I think that's a bit of a lesson learnt for me. Like, I don't hunt for trophies, I hunt for meat, and sitting here knowing I could have had something, and tomorrow's very, you never know. Could get another deer, could get another crack at him, or any deer, like, you never know. So when you're sitting around the fireplace, it's all you can think of. Like, it's only 7 o'clock at night. I've still got many more hours till morning, and yeah, it's just one of those things that just ticks away, doesn't it? Should I have taken the shot? Should I have taken the shot? I can tell you now, if my car was a kilometre away where I usually park it, and not 3 k's away because of road closure, I would have taken that every day of the week and been back home for dinner with the missus. I can tell you that right now. Even with the tent shit in my back, I would have been like, all right, let's go, beauty. So yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Well, here we go. You can't even see me. There we go. That red light's pretty intense. Having a quick coffee. It's absolutely freezing. Worst night to sleep I've ever had. I actually think maybe I had an hour's sleep the entire night. Absolutely terrible, but here we are. It's come over incredibly cloudy, very windy, very different to the weather forecast. Hopefully we can see a few about. Alright, so I walked the ridge line all the way down into the creek. There is so much deer sign. I'm back to where I seen the spiky yesterday. I got a bit of an ambush here. I'm very tired and something's going on with my knee. So that might determine whether I actually pull the trigger. But I'm going to sit here in ambush. See how we go. Alright, so I've been sitting where I seen the spike yesterday, but nothing else has showed up yet. Yeah, no good, eh? Very cold. It's only 8 o'clock, and I know there's a creek up here that they use to head to their bedding areas where they feed quite regularly. So I'm going to go up there and see if there's any fresh sign or if there's any deer up there. Just going to walk it slowly. There's only so long I can sit in the spot before it drives me mad. I don't like ambush hunting. My knee's fucking killing, but it's just going to have to be what it is. Alright, so that's me done. Trekking out. A bit earlier than what I wanted to. Tested out some new gear on this trip and did not handle New South Wales winters at all. It was absolutely freezing. Could be the coldest I've ever been in my entire life last night. It was pretty brutal. So I'm going to trek out today. I got enough food for another night, but I think that's me done. The weather's come in pretty ordinary too. It really overcast, bit of wind. I think that'll put most of the deer down in the bed. I haven't seen anything this morning, and considering how much sign there is about, like, you can't walk 10 metres without seeing fallow scat, or even pig rippings. Like, I'm quite surprised I haven't seen a pig either. But yeah, you know, decent trip in. Good to test out the new gear. We'll not be bringing it back out in winter again. No, but yeah, all in all, decent trip down here. It was good to do the hike in, but you know, I would like to stay for one more night. It was brutal. It was so cold. Yeah, that'll do me.